That seems like a safety hazard to me, but to each their own. Not gonna lie, I kind of want to be on that thing just in case if something did happen. That lawsuit money would be. Whew. How's it going, everyone? Hopefully you're having a great Sunday. Hopefully I'm gonna try and get this up before the NBA finals start, so you guys can enjoy your Sunday evening. But NASCAR's final race on Fox, not final race ever, don't worry, NASCAR's not going anywhere. But NASCAR's final race on Fox was today at Sonoma. Hallelujah. Goodbye, Fox. We'll touch on that at the end of this video. Oh, wow. Guys, I just want to, this is transparency. The race isn't completely over yet. It's on the final lap. I just started recording, and I just saw Ross Chastain just take out Kyle Busch. 1 second. I want to see a replay of that. I never start recording. The only time I've started recording while a race was still going was the All-Star race at Texas, the Blaney one a few years back. But yeah, Larson just crossed our finish line. But what happened with that Kyle Busch and Chastain incident? No, but I have a lot to do tonight. So actually, while we, what the heck are they? While we are, oh no, what happened to Truex? Oh my God, it's like a live race review. This is why you don't start recording until the race is actually over. What happened to Truex? Is he out of fuel? Oh my God, Kyle Busch and Truex both ran out of fuel. Busch got wrecked and then Truex ran out of fuel, so the race results are all different. But okay, now that the race is over, let's actually talk about it. This was one of the wildest Sonoma races in recent memory, mainly because of the first 50 laps of this race, and it completely changed how this race was run. Very unique from any road course race we've seen in NASCAR with stages in a very long time. 7 cautions within the first 40 laps of this race. It was eye-pacing in real life, ladies and gentlemen. It was crazy. Austin Cindric almost flipped. Yes, very close. He almost flipped going into the dead grass of Sonoma. Your pole sitter, Joey Logano, who was dominating the race, decided to give up track position, and because he gave up track position, he got caught up in the melees that was going on in the back, and so that was frustrating for him. He was out of this race after that. And just chaos. Everyone was running over each other trying to gain positions because it's a very difficult place to pass. And that's not really the track's fault. Sonoma's been on the NASCAR schedule forever. I've never viewed Sonoma as being a track that's difficult to pass. No. There are passing zones and you can pass. The problem is, we got to say it and we know it, the race car that NASCAR has made is just so bad at road courses, which is kind of shocking because it takes inspiration from V8 supercars, and it's a car that is designed to do well at road courses, but that is part of the problem. It is too good. Like, you can actually have too much of something that is good. If we all ate chocolate, like not just like any chocolate, if we all ate this elegant, amazing Swiss chocolate every single day of our lives, and we consumed 2 of these chocolate bars from Switzerland every single day, we would not be feeling good. Our body would not like it. You know, our brain would not like it. I would be feeling a little bit nauseous. Like, you can't have it all the time. And this race car is too good. It's actually too good. What I mean by that, don't get my words twisted, it drives too well. It handles too well. It goes too fast. And that's all true. It's what it does. The tires are bigger on this car, so more tire, more grip on the racetrack. So it basically speeds up all the low-speed corners. The brakes. This is one thing that we don't usually talk about. I haven't usually talked about, but the brakes are fantastic on this car. The stopping power that the next-gen car has is incredible. And that all that does is shorten the passing zone that you have at road courses. And we've seen this at short tracks. That's the similarity between short tracks and road courses as to why we are having trouble with this car and providing good racing, is because you are narrowing the braking zone. If you narrow the braking zone, what have we talked about all this time with NASCAR? You want off-throttle time. Off-throttle time includes braking. And something as simple as a braking zone that we took for granted, well, everyone stops great. Like, if you enter the hairpin at Sonoma, you can get on the brakes late. It stops quickly, and so that narrows the time that you have to make a pass. Everyone has incredible brakes. No one has to save their brakes. No one has to save their equipment. So everyone goes the same speed, and that leads into the third thing. Everybody's going the same speed. It's basically like everyone has fixed setups. Now, you will always have one car or another car that is faster than the rest of the field We see that week in week. Christopher Bell last week, Kyle Larson today. These guys are very, very fast. The majority of the field, almost everybody, other than the one fastest car that hits the setup that week, they're going to be very similar because these cars are very similar. The setups are very similar. NASCAR's tightened up the rule book, so you can't really do much because all the cars are similar. Now, it gives the smaller teams a chance to compete, but what it does is it just everyone's running the same speeds, the same times, and dirty air is still as bad because you've enhanced the speeds in the corners because the car has more grip, and then you narrow the braking zone so no one can outbrake anyone, and everyone's traction is the same, so everyone's doing the same thing, so nobody can pass. It has created a product that is so frustrating when we wanted more road courses a few years back, and we got more road courses, and this car was designed really with road courses in mind, but NASCAR screwed up. And this car, we've seen enough of it already that it just cannot provide a good race at road courses. The reason why today's race was interesting is because we had 7 cautions and 40 laps. So it was something different. It was something new. The strategy was completely different, and we'll touch on that in a second. But that final stage is what you've seen all year from road courses this year, last year, the year before. That is how it's been. It has not been fun to watch, and it's been really frustrating because it's what the car is. In the last stage, it was very simple. You have Truex catching Buescher. He's faster, can't do anything. Larson catches both of them. He's much faster with fresh tires, can't do anything. How do the passes get made? Well, Buescher makes a mistake, Truex makes a mistake, and that is how the passes are made. So you simply, when you are and Larson had 13 lap fresher tires, by the way, and I don't know, we don't know, but I think he would have still made the pass, but it was going to be very difficult if Truex didn't make a mistake. So it's just something that's really frustrating to watch, and you're going to see this at the Chicago Street Course, and I think last year we saw a better race there, but this year it's probably going to be, a little bit less because everyone's more familiar with it, so I don't think you're going to see as many incidents. You're going to see this at Watkins Glen. You're going to see this at all the road courses we go to. The Roval has been one of the worst reviewed races in the last few years. Before the next-gen car, the Roval was one of the best races. It was awesome. It was fantastic. It was tempers and flaring and beating and banging and wrecks, but it's just not the same. And so it's all the car, man. It's not like I don't want fans to say Sonoma's a bad racetrack. I don't want fans to say Watkins Glen is a bad racetrack. Remember the Watkins Glen race last year? There was literally no passing. Watkins Glen is my favorite road course. I love that track. It's a fantastic road course. It's not the track's fault. It's not Sonoma and it's not Watkins Glen. We've had these 2 tracks, guys, on the schedule for over 25 years. Like, it's not their fault. The track is fine. It's just simply the cars are they're just not working with road courses, and NASCAR really, 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 really needs to come up with some sort of solution. The problem is, like I've been saying for short tracks and like I've been saying for road courses, you're not going to be able to just throw 900 horsepower into this thing and say, kumbaya, it's fixed. No, that's not going to help with the brakes situation I just talked about. It's not going to help with basically everyone running the same setup. It's not going to help with the bigger tires, the more grip. The entire car has to fundamentally be changed in order for this to actually become a more entertaining race. And by entertaining, I mean just having the ability to race, because you catch somebody and you can't race. That is why today you saw everyone running over each other on the first few laps of the restarts and the first 50 laps of this race, because they knew if I don't try this now, I'm not going to have another chance. Like, he's the same speed as me. I'm the same speed as him. We're all going to just be in this Formula One DRS train, essentially. That's kind of how it is. So that's what I saw from today's race. I thought today's race was another normal next-gen Sonoma and any road course NASCAR race. And it's just frustrating to watch because the drivers can't do anything because everyone's going the same speed. What made today's race entertaining was everyone lost their minds in the first 50 laps and they just started wrecking each other and running over each other. And like I said, we're going to touch on this now, the uniqueness of the strategy. So usually you run to the stage 1 end, you pit before the stage caution, so you get your track position back. Then you go to stage 2, you pit before the stage caution, you get your track position back, you flip the stage points for track position. But because we ran so many caution laps, you could save so much fuel that the main leader said, nah, I'm not going to pit. I'm just going to stay out. Logano decided to pit, got caught up in a wreck, and so that kind of told everyone else, I'd rather keep my track position and just try to run the race backwards like normal. So they don't pit before stage 1. They run all the way through stage 2. Tyler Reddick literally ran all the way through stage 2 before he pitted for the first time. But there were other guys during these 7 cautions that decided to come down pit lane, decided to fill it up with fuel. And so they were in the mess, but then they got the benefit of it, like Chris Buescher, like Martin Truex Jr., who literally spun earlier in the race or got spun earlier in the race. These guys that were in the back that pitted during these cautions, they were able to, stay out during the end of stage 2. And still, because they had more cautions, they had, again, 7 cautions, guys. Because they had so many more cautions after they pitted, they were able to save so much fuel. It extended their gap, so they were able to make that key lap 68 to 70 mark. They were able to make it there to make it to the end on fuel. So that was the number they were trying to get to, and they were able to do it because of the amount of caution laps. So today was a very unique strategy race, which was very refreshing. And so that's what kept me entertained throughout the race. But then when the final stage hit and everyone made their final pit stop, it reverted back to the, damn it, okay, well, we know Larson's probably going to get there, but is he going to be able to make the pass? And he did, because of the mistakes. But you kind of saw the same thing. It's just everyone really struggled to make passes. You needed to have 20 lap pressure tires if you wanted to make passes, or you needed to have one of the fastest cars in the field. If not, you were just playing the strategy game the whole way out. And that's just, it's just not, the Gen 6 had a lot of issues, guys, but the Gen 6, it did perform pretty well at road courses. We kind of know that. That's why we wanted road courses, because it sucked so bad at intermediate tracks that we were like, more short tracks, more road courses, because the Gen 6 did have the older brakes. It didn't have the upgraded tech of the next gen car's brakes and the 5-gear sequential shifter thing and all that nonsense that's made these cars. I just don't like it. At road courses, I don't like it. At intermediate tracks, I like it. But at road courses, I don't like it. And even at intermediate tracks, you could see that, the dirty air and everything, it's still very tough. But yeah, that's kind of what Sonoma was about. It was a very, in my opinion, I didn't enjoy it, because I keep seeing the same things that annoy me about road course racing now with the car. It's not to do with the drivers. It's not to do with the track. And I know NASCAR can't really do anything about it. It's just frustrating because I know the road course product should be a lot better than this. Just like when we go to short tracks, it should be a lot better than this. But it was entertaining, with all the wrecks. Before we get into the race results, I want to give a real quick touch on NASCAR on Fox. Yeah, guys, leave your comments down below what you think about Fox's broadcast. This has nothing to do with... I think Harvick has done a great job so far. And to be honest, the people in the booth the last 5-10 years, again, I don't really have a problem with them. I've never had a problem with Mike Joy. Clint Boyer, I'm fine with. It's all good. And Kevin Harvick, brand new to the scene, he's been doing a great job. It's not the booth. I think you guys know that. It's them damn executives in suits. And I want to tell you guys something. I'll be honest. I've talked about Fox before in race reviews, but you haven't seen it because I've cut it, because I felt like I've gone too far. I was personally attacking the Fox producers and executives on the NASCAR side because I was so frustrated with them. So I've actually cut that out of race reviews multiple times, at least 2 to 3 times. I've cut sections of the race review because I felt like I was going too far. So I'm not going to go, again, I'm going to try and keep this mature and not lose my head, but it's very simple. These guys in the upper levels, the production team, the executives, the guys that make the direction calls, they want this, they want that if you watch Fox broadcast, it kind of goes across all their sports. If you are broadcasting something on Fox, these tendencies kind of go across all the broadcasts. So it's really a production and a Fox thing. They suck. I'll just keep it as simple as that, man. They suck. They need to go. This has nothing to do with the men and women operating the cameras. It has nothing to do with them. They all do a great job. The guys in the booth do a great job. It got nothing to do with them. The production team, the executives that call the direction, they need to go. It's sickening. It's disgusting. It's boring. And it really is a stain on NASCAR, because NBC is able to promote NASCAR so well, and we see that every year, and we'll see what Amazon does and TNT does next year. But I can guarantee you something. They're not going to be as bad as Fox, because I've seen Amazon broadcast for NFL games. I've seen TNT broadcast for basketball and for NASCAR before. They will take pride in their work and effort into providing a positive light on NASCAR. They're spending a lot of money to broadcast this thing. They want to make sure they get their money's worth. It's a business decision for all these massive companies. And really, the biggest criticism I could say about Fox is that it just seems like they don't care. That's the genuine, like, we have had these complaints, not just me, but all of you guys have had these complaints for multiple years about the production quality of Fox. And they don't listen. They don't change. They don't care. And that's the biggest thing, is that they pay all this money to have Fox on their broadcast. And I swear to God, it literally just feels like they do it just because. I'm not going to go any further into that. If you understand what I'm talking about, like, what else does Fox mainly, what are, on the other side of things, the topic I don't really want to talk about. And NASCAR is predominantly, the fans are, you guys get what I'm saying? It genuinely feels like that's the only reason why I swear to God, because they don't care. It shows in the quality of their productions. They don't care. And that is extremely frustrating. And so, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not taking personal shots. That's just my opinion. It's frustrating. I hate it. And yeah, I'm glad Xfinity's going to CW. I watched the Xfinity race last night because it was Fox's last one, and I was like, thank God. Again, no harm or ill will towards Adam Alexander. I think he's improved a lot. Not his fault. The guys in the booth, not their fault. Everything else is just very bad. I got to end this video kind of quickly because I need to, take care of Sky over here. He is annoying me, but he's not annoying. He needs to go outside. He has to do number 2, guys. So let's go to the race results. Kyle Larson, Michael McDowell, Chris Buescher, Chase Elliott, and Ross Chastain. Just to break this down real quick, Kyle Larson, one of the leaders, was on the strategy that if he didn't have the fastest car, it wasn't going to work, but he had the fastest car, so it ended up working. Michael McDowell, on the other side, he was one of the guys that pitted, and it worked out for him. So Chris Buescher, again, one of the guys that pitted under the cautions, it worked out for him. Chase Elliott, on the same strategy as Larson, one of the leaders, and so he ends up in 4th. Chastain was super aggressive on restarts, but same strategy as Larson and Elliott, so he had to work his way up through the field of fresh tires. AJ Allmendinger, not one of the leaders, so you could see how it played out. Like, really, in the top 10 cars, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that didn't pit until the end of right before the end of stage 2. They went really the whole race on 2 stops, but that's how they set it up. Then you have McDowell, Buescher, AJ, Bell, and Gilliland that all did the other one. They pitted under the yellows, and they were able to stay out at the end of stage 2. They had track position. They had a pit around lap 68 to lap 70. And then they go all the way with, they had to run a very long run, that final run, but you can see it played out pretty evenly. The fast guys, the guys with the fast cars was able with fresher tires to get back up there, but it played out evenly. 5 on the leader strategies, 5 on the guys that pitted under caution strategies. So that's kind of how it all played out. And again, it was a risk. It was a risk for Elliott and Larson and some of those guys, because they ran about 15 laps. While if a caution came out during that time, they were absolutely screwed. If a caution came out before Larson came down pit road for his final stop, it was over for him. He was going to be restarting in the mid-20s. So it was a gamble. It was a risk, and that's just kind of how the race played out for those guys. Let's go to 11th through 20th. LaJoie, Kyle Busch ran out of fuel at the end, and also, that incident with Ross Chastain. Brad Keselowski, Daniel Suarez, Alex Bowman, Zane Smith, Hocevar, Preece, Jones, and Bubba Wallace round out your top 20. Logano with the damage brings it home in 21st. Cindric in 22nd. Martin Truex Jr. finishes in 27th after running out of fuel on the final lap. And that's just simply because they just didn't get it full of fuel. Just a miscalculation, it seems like. It can happen. And then the rest of your results, a lot of guys involved in accidents. Denny Hamlin on lap 2 blew an engine, which we don't see nowadays anymore. Like, blown engines like that, we really don't see. But yeah, Denny Hamlin blew an engine there at the end. Ty Gibbs hit the inside wall on turn 11, and it basically broke his car, that was kind of crazy because, you know, that wall is new and yeah, he hit it. Rookie mistake. Not rookie. He's not a rookie, but a mistake by the young driver to hit that. Austin Dillon in the crash. By the way, Cam Waiters, first Cup Series race. Will Brown, first Cup Series race. You know, Will Brown actually, I thought, had a lot of potential for today, but, you know, just caught up in those incidents. Didn't have the track position. Qualifying means a lot, man. Like I said, if you don't qualify up front, guys, you know, it really screws you from the beginning. You got to qualify up front to really have a great chance there. Pretty long race review. I think we touched on almost everything. Fox, you know, the race, the car. Yeah, I feel like we kind of touched on everything. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to try to get this up before the NBA Finals. I do have to take care of Sky. So I don't know if this is going to get up before that, but I'll try to get this up to you guys as soon as possible. I even started recording before the race even ended on the final lap, and a crash happened and Truex ran out of fuel. So I'm never doing that again. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Check the links in the description for the Patreon. I want to give a shout out to all the Patreon members. I apologize for putting this at the end of the video, and this is not going to be a tradition, guys. It's going to be at the beginning most of the time, but shout out to the Patreon members. And if you guys want to help out the channel and also help out yourselves, Moser Racing affiliate partner link in the description down below. Make sure you get some Moser Racing sim racing gear. Just use the affiliate link and it will help the channel out directly when you make your purchase. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.